couple months.
Good
So
evening, everyone,
I
and
did.
welcome to the Lackawanna City Council, January 22nd, 2024 meeting caucus. As I've said often, the caucus is an opportunity for the council members to review the agenda amongst ourselves, ask any questions, debate whatever needs to be debated. Then the formal vote won't be taken until the formal meeting, which follows directly after our caucus is over. To that end, looking at the agenda, first a couple items are administrative, including departmental reports. So we'll move to communications from division department heads. Communication number 3 on the agenda from our city clerk. Request City Council approve Commissioner Deeds status for Mr. Jeffrey Szymanski, term to expire December 31st, 2026. Anyone have any questions or comments on item number 3?
I know in the past we've approved numerous requests, but they were usually affiliated with either a nonprofit or an attorney's office. What are the requirements that we may, like, do we have any requirements that a person must meet? I know they have to be a resident of the city of Lackawanna, but beyond that, what do we look for?
And I'll ask Rick Judah, but I think that came up, and don't you have to be affiliated with some business or some enterprise? That
it's been so long since I looked at it.
yeah, it came up once because people were requesting Commissioner Deeds for the election so that they could witness signatures on petitions, and so that issue came up. And it might have been that they didn't live in Lackawanna; they were just coming in to Lackawanna to garner signatures.
I think all you have to be, I think you just have to either work in the city or be a resident of the city.
Okay.
I think that's the only
So I think
requirement.
the residency is the requirement.
But that seems, I apologize, but it seems that Mr. Judah isn't positive. It's more of a, I think it's that
Yep.
versus it's definitely that. I know with the verification of signatures for the elections that we did approve, it was rescinded because the individuals, we found out later that they didn't live in the city of Lackawanna.
That's exactly, without using the names, they're,
Right.
yeah, that's exactly
Even
what
though
happened.
they were only going to conduct business in the city.
Right.
And
however, that's different from somebody who's like, let's say they're a legal assistant or a secretary to an attorney
Right.
whose office is in the city. That individual secretary, who may not live in the city, could become a commissioner of deeds
right.
because of that business. So I think he's well within his rights to receive it. Anyone else have any questions on item number 3? If not, excuse me. Moving on to item number 4 from our city assessor, request city council approve orders for the purchase of vacant land behind 130 Edison Street. Purchaser is Thomas Hurry for the amount of $656.25. I don't know if council members remember, but that was a situation handled through the law department when the properties were broken up, and that parcel off of that road was sold off for business purposes, right, Rick?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions on item number 4? All right, there's a respective ordinance attached to that. Item number 5 from Chief Fino. Request City Council approve an award of the bid for AFG grant equipment, hoses and nozzles to Whitmer Public Safety Group, INC. They were the lowest bidder at $36,207. He did send the supporting paperwork. We do appreciate that, Chief Fino. Any council members have any questions or comments on item number 5? Moving on to item number 6, Deputy Commissioner of Capital Projects, request City Council approve and award the bid to 716 Site Contracting for the milling and paving of Wilmouth Avenue in the amount of $254,163. Block grant money was received of $150,000. The remainder of the balance is we're not sure whether we will be reimbursed for that. In either respect, we have front the money, but attempts will be made to secure that balance if it's available at the end of the fiscal year for the county, right, Ronnie? Anyone have any questions on item number 6? Item number 7, Director of Development, Marketing, and Public Information requests City Council approve sale of city-owned properties totaling the amount of $16,500 to Lackawanna Housing Development Corporation for the construction of residential homes funded through Erie County and the Federal Home Investment Partnership Grant. These properties are located at 133 Stony, 184 Ingham, 235 Ingham, and 31 Holland. 2 of the lots will be dedicated to Habitat for Humanity built homes, which will add, we will add them to the tax rolls upon the sale to a qualified buyer. I don't know if the council members remember this, but there was a request, and we have the LHDC chairperson here in case there's any questions, but there was a concern by the council that these properties would be taken off the tax rolls for a period of 20 years before they be tax generating entities. So in discussing this with the representatives from the county, it was determined that 2 would be tax generating and 2 would not be tax generating. So at least the city will be getting something up front for that. And of course, the other 2 that are not tax generating will have that status for approximately 20 years. Any council members have any questions on item number 7?
I do have questions. So not just based on the conversations that we had at the August city council meeting, but attached with our agendas is some communications between Director of Development as well as the Executive Director of LHDC. And I do understand that the 2 on Ingham will be designated as Habitat for Humanity homes. However, the way this is structured, it's a direct sale from the city of Lackawanna to LHDC, which then makes me wonder, how does the Habitat for Humanity component come in? Why aren't we just directly selling directly to Habitat for Humanity, considering they're a whole separate entity?
If I may, because
Sure.
the funds from the home grant have to flow through the Housing Development Corporation, which is the LHDC.
And then,
Habitat can't accept those grant funds directly.
okay, so ultimately, who would be the landowners from our vote today?
While they're being built, the landowners would be the LHDC. Once the 2 Habitat homes are built and sold, they would become the property owner of
The individual
whomever,
that's-
Chuck Clark, Amira,
Okay.
whoever buys those 2 homes. And the 2 that remain would be under the LHDC's ownership and management for the duration of that time that they're managing the property.
So is there any type of MOA or anything that, or anything of understanding that while we structure this, that it is in fact going to ultimately be a Habitat for Humanity home? What guarantees that?
Well, I think that's got to be in the ultimate sale contract and the memorandum of understanding that that's what we're going to do. Very similar to what was done on the Center Street properties.
Okay, and that those properties were channeled through the LHDC as
Yes,
well?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because again, it's not a criteria of development of the city. It's a criteria of the federal home grant money. They have to flow through a Housing Development Corporation for you to get, for us, the city, to get that grant money. So that's the requirement. If we don't want that, then you're going to lose, then we lose out on the home funding because it can't come in any other way.
Okay, so the correspondence is between yourself and the executive director. Although it alludes to the gentleman, I believe his last name is Folgers from the Habitat for Humanity. He doesn't necessarily engage in any of the communications, which.
He won't. He comes in as a partner of the the LHDC is pretty much the development arm. They're the ones that are going to contract it out. So think of Habitat for Humanity as a contractor.
Okay.
They will be hired by the LHDC on those properties when it's time.
Okay.
So his involvement was to give feedback on which of the 4 lots that were listed in the detailed communication were their preference for the Habitat lots. But essentially, for all intents and purposes, they're a contractor.
And for whatever reasons, and I'm only saying this just in the event that this should occur,
if Habitat for Humanity says we don't have the means or the abilities, or we no longer want to, and, you know, participate in this project, and they, what authority does the city of Lackawanna have as far as the two properties on Ingham to make sure that they stay on the tax payroll?
Well,
Is there a reverter clause? in that?
we'd have to put in a reverter clause, but I would, you never want to guarantee anything, but that conversation that you're alluding to in the emails, they would not have engaged to any degree if they weren't going to do the project. They are clearly on board with not only Devin from the LHDC, but Paul D'Orlando from Erie County Department of Planning.
Okay.
So everybody is fully committed. And in fact, they've been chasing us a little bit to move this along because they would like to hit the ground running as soon as the weather is good so that those homes are up and dedicated by, worst case, fall.
Okay. And then I did also read that there was two additional besides the.
So in the
4.
future, well, as new home fund grant monies become available in 2025 and 2026, there's a goal to add, hopefully, at least one more Habitat home in each of those successive years.
Okay.
But for right now, we're talking about the 4 lots, 2 and 2. And just one last thing, there was one more lot presented to all of you in August. That was a lot on Center Street. That's been removed because of all the work that was done on Center Street. That's not going to be part of the program at all.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Any other questions for me?
Well, not on this.
Okay, good deal.
Thank you, Chuck. Moving on to business registrations. Lawrence Spaceship Holding, DBA Larry Space Buffalo Resale, 1212 Abbott Road, existing empty car lot. Currently was used for used cars before and is being requested for same now. Any questions or comments on that application? Next applicant is Shirley Burgos, DBA Christian First, Child Care Learning Center, 1478 Abbott Road. Anyone have any questions or comments on that application? Then I requested a table item from the last meeting regarding the crypto mining business registration application for 123 Farm Property Holdings, INC, Greg Kavanaugh, at 1991 Abbott Road. Thanks to Chuck Clark, who did a lot of research on this. Councilmember Muflahi, who also did some research on it. And of course, it was also started by Councilmember Sirdike, who raised the question regarding noise and power usage. But I believe everybody has had their questions answered. Are there any further questions or concerns on this tabled item? We'd have to vote to remove from the table and then vote up or down to whether or not to give the, accept the business registration. Anyone, Chuck?
Sir, just one quick thing, it's a typo. In the agenda, it says 1991 Abbott Road. The property address is 1971 Abbott Road.
1970, we'll make that change.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, anyone have any questions on that? If not,
Can I just go back to Amira's question on the Commissioner Deeds? I pulled up the statute under the executive law. It's a 2-year appointment. You have to reside within the city or maintain an office or place of business within the city.
Thank you.
So,
very good. All right, unless there's anything further, I will formally call the meeting for January 2024. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much.
I ran out of space.
City Clerk, did you take the?
Maflahe, present. Anderson?
Here.
Moretti?
Here.
Mr. Sirdike is excused. Morano?
Here.
Department heads, Law,
here,
Development and Marketing,
Here.
Public Works,
Here.
Public Safety.
Here.
Comptroller?
Here.
Recreation.
Here.
Hearing from citizens.
Before we do that, for the public's consumption, those members of the public who are here this evening, as well as those who may be watching on Zoom, I'd like to introduce two individuals. One sitting at the table is Mr. Dan Gherkin, who's assuming the responsibilities that were formerly conducted by Tony DeSantis and the DPW. So Dan, welcome. We look forward to working with you, and did a nice job with the snowstorm. We want to thank you for that, and your staff. So it was a lot of work.
Yeah, thank you. It was definitely a team effort.
Yeah, very good, thank you. And our soon-to-be new city attorney is John Vaughn, who's sitting in the audience. John, welcome. We look forward to working with you. Got some big shoes to fill. We always pick on Rick Judah. He was always there for us. Even though we hit him with questions left and right, he always tried to accommodate us. So welcome, and we look forward to working with you too.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you. On hearing from citizens, we only have one, and that is John Ingram.
Yes. John Ingram, 25 Church Street, Lackawanna, New York. First of all, thank you DPW for the service which I did for the storm. Thank you for your office. I'm going, I sent the council, some council people some pictures. Just coming to the city council, we could have had two major accidents. We had the NFTA bus that could not turn down Lackawanna, and could not turn up Ridge Road. The restaurant, the El Son restaurant, which is a fine restaurant, certain best food out, we've been there, I've been there, ate there, whatever. But the parking and stuff that they're doing is horrendous. Somebody gonna get killed. They cannot block everything that's on the Ridge Road, on the bus stop. The bus stops are blocked. This is not the first time I brought this up. This is not the second time, it won't be the last. Since it's not on the agenda, I know the rules that we can't really go into detail. But I will be talking about this more. And I will be showing the picture. The last time, because I still had the picture when I saw the gentleman walking with the machete. You know what I'm saying? That parking and stuff is gonna get a resident killed, or gonna have a car accident. When that bus couldn't turn, the NFT bus is a huge bus, and they could not turn because the way the cars were. And the going to Ridge Road, we could not turn, and cars that were trying to turn in it could not get in. Something has to be done. So this is not the spirit of saying anything negative about the restaurant. Again, like I said, the restaurant is a fine restaurant. But the minute we have an accident, it's gonna be a major problem. And we're gonna have this is not something we just talked about this year. And this year, we talked about it in my administration. We took pictures of it in my administration. It has to stop.
Thank you, John. A number of us did receive your pictures, and we appreciate you taking the time to do that. Director Morocco, this has been a problem ongoing from time to time. I'm sure with the snowstorm, it hasn't helped the situation. Parking's at a premium over there. If you would have a discussion with the chief to enforce that parking regulations in that area, so we would appreciate that. Thank you. All right. I am.
Approval of the minutes of the reorganizational regular meeting of January 3rd, 2024.
Morano moves to adopt minutes of the reorganization regular meeting of January 3rd, 2024 as written.
Maflahe seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Maflahe to adopt minutes of the reorganizational regular meeting of January 3rd, 2024 as written. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-1. Departmental. Oh, I'm sorry, 4-0. Departmental reports, 1 and 2, Comptroller AP checklisting number 18 dated January 3rd, 2024 to January 5th, 2024, and the city clerk's monthly report for December 2023.
Morano moves to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2 inclusive.
Maflahe seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Maflahe to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2 inclusive. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Communications from division and department heads. City clerk requests the city council Approve Commissioner of Deeds status for Mr. Jeffrey Samansky, term to expire 12/31/2026.
Moreno moves to approve Commissioner D status, term to expire December 31st, 2026.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson, to approve Commissioner of Deeds status, term to expire December 31st, 2026. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. City Assessor requests the City Council approve the ordinance for the purchase of the vacant land behind 130 Edison Street to the purchaser, Mr. Thomas Hurry, in the amount of $656.25. Mr. Hurry is the owner of 130 Edison Street. This parcel was created as a result of the parcel split of 2019 Abbott Road.
Moreno moves to receive and file act on ordinance.
Moretti seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson, to receive and file act on ordinance. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Ordinance approving the transfer of property known as SBL 1510810 1.722 vacant lot behind 130 Edison Street to Thomas Hurry in the amount of $656.25.
Moreno moves to adopt ordinance as written, refer to law department.
Anderson second.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson, to adopt ordinance as written, refer to law department. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Fire Chief requests the council approve and award the bid for AFG grant equipment, hoses and nozzles to Whitmere Public Safety Group, Inc., 101 Independence Way, Coatesville, Pennsylvania. They were the lowest bid at $36,207.
Moreno moves to approve and award bid to Whitmer Public Safety Group.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti, to approve and award bid to Whitmere Public Safety Group. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Deputy Commissioner of Capital Projects requests the City Council approve and award the bid to 716 Site Contracting for the milling and paving of Wilmouth Avenue in the amount of $254,163. County block grant money was received in the amount of $150,000. It is not known if we will receive the second part of this grant in the amount of $150,000. The city will be responsible for the second payment if we do not receive the grant money. The comptroller is being asked to fund this project with $260,000 to the capital fund.
Maflahe moves to approve the award bid to 716 Site Contracting.
Moreno seconds.
Motion by Maflahe, second by Morano, to approve and award bid to 716 Site Contracting. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Director of Development, Marketing, and Public Information requests the City Council approve the sale of the city-owned properties in the total amount of $16,500 to the Lackawanna Housing Development Corporation for the construction of residential homes funded through Erie County and the Federal Home Investment Partnership Grant. These properties are located at 133 Stony, 184 Ingham, 235 Ingham, and 31 Holland. Two of the lots will be dedicated to Habitat for Humanity built homes, which will be added to the tax roll upon sale to a qualified buyer.
Maflahe moves to approve the request.
Anderson second.
Motion by Maflahe, second by Anderson to approve request. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Business registrations, Lawrence Spatiapoli, DBA Larry Space Buffalo Resale, sale of pre-owned cars, 1212 Abbott Road.
Moreno moves to approve business registration.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to approve business registration. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Shirley Burgos, DBA Christian First, Christian Child Care and Early Learning, located at 1478 Abbott Road.
Morano moves to approve business registration.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to approve business registration. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Request to remove from the table the business registration for 123 Farm Property Holdings, Inc., Greg Kavanaugh, 1971 Abbott Road.
Morano moves to remove business registration from the table.
Maflahe seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Maflahe to remove business registration from the table. Greg Kavanaugh, DBA, sorry.
Gotta take a vote.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Greg Kavanaugh, DBA 123 Farm Property Holdings, Property Rental and Crypto Mining, Inc., located at 1971 Abbott Road.
Morano moves to approve business registration.
Maflahe seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Maflahe to approve business registration. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0.
Any other table items or old business, anyone? In that instance, Morano moves to adjourn with the thanks to our DPW, Department of Public Works, our police department and our fire department for, again, the way they stepped up to the plate with the two storms that we experienced last week. And we thank them for all their efforts, and we're all safer because of it.
Can we add all that?
Absolutely.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson? Moretti?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0.
All right, Richard, thank you, everyone.